This is Chris Gardner of the Houston Round Bar Review, speaking with Chandi Jones, the current head coach at Bay City High School. How are you, Coach Jones?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing very good. I
But I'm
can't
also
complain.
going to say, for those who don't know, who are too young to know any better, Coach Chandi Jones is also a legend, Chandi Jones of
Uh,
University of Houston women's basketball, because her number 13 is hanging inside Tillman's building for her basketball career at UH. Isn't that right also, Coach Jones?
yes, that is correct. Yes, number 13 is hanging up.
But we're going to talk about you in Bay City High School and your squad right now. How long have you been coaching?
Well, this is my third year as far as being coaching wise, being head coach at Bay City. So definitely started at the bottom as far as my first year there. Um, at the time. Well, when I came back, of course, Bay City wasn't, I guess, how it used to be as far as having winning seasons and things of that nature. And so, I guess for me, coming back home, I was just, for the most part, just trying to rebuild a winning, not just a winning program, but just a winning culture, like across the board. Because Bay City has always been known for having great athletes and great programs in different sports. So
So
just trying to bring that back.
how did were you approached or asked to come back to be the head coach, or did you think about it? Did you get the itch to want to coach again? How did that come about?
um, well, I was approached to come back home. Our athletic director, which is his name is Coach Warren Trahan. He was the head coach when I was there, when I was growing up there in Bay City. Him and my father coached together, football or whatnot, and so of course he knows myself and my family very well. And so, make a long story short, he got asked to come back to be an athletic director at Bay City. And so when he came back, of course there was um, positions to be filled, and it happened to be that the the girls basketball needed a head coach, and so he came and he called to see if I would be interested in coming back home.
Now, did you want to be a coach?
It's something I've always kind of like ran away from, even though of course I've always been told that I should coach and this or that nature. I've been around it, of course, all of my life, so
Mm-hmm.
I have been enjoying it. It's
And this
been
is your
fun.
third year as a head coach. So,
Yes, it is.
how have you changed from your first year to now?
Patience. Definitely have have gotten to have a lot more patience, and I think I've gotten better at just meeting my girls like where they're at,
Mm-hmm.
and just going from there.
And this is a question I have to ask because we got to get a time frame. When were you at Bay City High School as a hooper?
Oh man, I was there from what's it? I started my freshman year. It was in 96, 97 to 2000.
And then you went to UH
96,
from there, right?
96 to 2000, yes. hmm Many moons ago.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because I'm older than you, so I don't want to age you too much. But
I'm still 25.
okay. All right, so you're 25, I'm 29, and okay, so let's go with that.
Right.
I'm still 29. All right. Has basketball changed from then to
Yes,
now?
yes, it definitely has changed.
For good,
Um,
for better, worse? What has changed about the games that you played?
well, I say that basketball has changed because of the generation of kids that we have now. We're dealing with we're dealing with kids that are, they have their phones, they have their phones, so they're constantly on the social media, things like that, that's attractive to them, and video games of that sort. So a lot of kids are not outside playing sports
Mm-hmm.
or doing anything. So A lot of times we're having to deal with kids that, want to play, but we're having to start from ground zero as far as skill wise, because of the fact that, a lot of them are not getting out there and playing outside with their peers.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about your team this year. What's y'all's record?
We're 20-1 right now, and we're sitting at first place in our district.
One loss. What happened? Who'd y'all lose to?
We lost to Bowling.
What happened in that game?
Well, how can I put this? Because I'm not going to. I've never been the one to, put everything on the refs.
Okay,
but
you can just say that. Say less right there.
Right. But it's one of those things where even though I put it this way, the free throw situation was very lopsided as far as the number of free throws we shot compared to Bowling. But besides that, we just came out slow that game and whatnot, and we even with the free throw situation, we still could have pulled it out. But some days you're gonna have games where you don't necessarily like have your A game as far as shots going in, things of that nature. So it's just one of those games.
Tell me about some of your players. You have any Division I talent on your Bay City squad?
I definitely feel like I have some Division I prospects. I have my point guard. He's a sophomore. He was a class of 2025. Her name is number 2, Alaysia Cook. I think that she has a good chance of playing D1 eventually if she continues to develop. And I also have another sophomore, Kylee Perry. She's more of a forward post that has a great upside. And then I have a guard that she's really feisty. That I feel that if she continues to work on her game and things of that nature, that she'll be able to play. She's a junior this year. Her name is Madison Thrift. And I have a shooter, which is Alizia Gonzales. She's a junior. That should be a prospect.
How tall are they?
Let's see. Kylee, I would say Kylie's about 5'9". Alaysia Cook, Kylee Perry's 5'9". Alaysia Cook is about 5'8". Maddie's about 5'7", and Alizia 5'7".
Any of those 4 remind you of you when you played? Coach Patience.
I'll say, they all have something in them that kind of reminds, I guess in a sense, it reminds me of me to a certain degree, but, but they are still, of course, their own person in their own way, of course.
I assume they grew up, live in Bay City. Did they know of who you were when they joined the team in your career at Bay City? I mean, let me ask you this. Are there pictures, trophies, anything like that of you on campus at Bay City High School?
There's trophies. There's trophies as far as, the things that we did as far as going, winning regional tournament, things like that, and going to states, stuff like that. And then, of course, there's banners in our gym hanging up with my name on the banners and stuff. And a picture of me in our Hall of Fame. And, of course, there's a jersey as well that's hanging up in our facilities. The jersey that I played in, the game I played in my senior year for the All-American game, that jersey is hanging up.
Did any of them ask you, is that Chandi Jones you? Are you that same Chandi Jones, or they knew who you were already?
Well, some of them kind of like knew, kind of like they just kind of knew of me or whatnot because, of course, because of, when it was announced that I was going to be the coach, some of their parents was kind of like just telling them like who I was and things of that nature. But throughout the time of, I guess, them being around me and things of that nature, I've kind of, I guess, somewhat explained myself as far as who I am and just hearing around town and things like that of the things who I am and I guess what I've done.
How would you describe your coaching style?
How would I describe my coaching style? I would say that my coaching style is intense to a certain degree, but at the same time laid back. It's like I turn it on and off or whatnot as far as it being intense, and then stepping back and letting the patients come in or whatnot, so I can, I guess, in a sense, have to more so I have to be a teacher for sure,
Mm-hmm.
because, like I said, in the beginning of it all, when I first started, because of who I am and the things that I've done or whatnot, and the knowledge that I have, like, I had to understand that a lot of things, well, I realized that a lot of things that I was throwing out as far as terminology, a lot of the girls didn't know what I was talking about,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I really have had to take a step back and really just teach them the game of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which you always have to do that as far as being a coach, but I had to get back down to the basics, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, as time has passed, of course I was able to build it up.
Do you guys trap, full court pressure, get after on defense? What do y'all do?
Yes, we try to get after on defense. We don't do like the full court man trap or whatever, but we do like a 1-3-1 press. Of course, try to slow the team down that we're playing or whatnot, and we do trap out of that, and we play man-to-man defense.
Have you at times caught yourself like hearing your dad's voice in your ear when you're coaching?
Oh yes, I hear his voice quite often. I laugh at myself sometimes because when I sit there and I talk to my mom at times, or friends, or even my fiance, things like that, or even my coach. Because actually, I have my coach that coached the head coach that coached me when I was at Bay City. She still is teaching at the high school, and
Okay.
she's actually on my staff as she's my mentor. So, which that's been a blast to have. So, because I'm able to really get a lot of knowledge from her, since she coached for years on top of years, and of course she also coached with my dad, and I just laugh and talk at times and laugh at myself because I find myself saying things that he would say and things like that. So it's pretty funny.
Are you as sharp a dresser as he was on the sideline?
Well, we're not really. We kind of like dress as as a staff. Like we pretty much wear like our different polo shirts or shirts like this or whatnot. Like we're not dressing up in suits and all that kind of stuff. Maybe when we get to the playoffs, we'll dress it up a little bit more. So, because I definitely have to pay homage to all that.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I just want to make sure of that. Yeah.
Yes.
How long do you want to coach at Bay City?
Honestly, I haven't really. It's not set aside. I haven't really thought that far as I didn't come into Bay City saying, "Oh, I'm going to be here for this amount of years and then I'm gone, then I'm moving on," or whatever the case may be. It's just that I guess I'm just gonna continue to do what I do and just, I don't know, like at the end of the day, just play it by ear or whatnot, because at the end of the day, you never know what may come up throughout the course of my career. So who knows?
So you happen, I mean, this is your third year as a head coach. Have you coached high school before? Assistant coach at all?
Well, it was years ago. I kind of like health assistant coach. Right before I went to U of H, I was helping, being assistant coach at the time it was called, what's it? What's it called? I think because they changed their name. Is it Second Baptist? It's in Sugar Land.
Okay. So have you, I mean, since you've been a head coach just now in your third year, and you haven't really thought about it, apparently. So any plans in the future, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, coaching college level or even at some point pro level?
I don't want to do pro.
Okay.
I do know that I don't want to go pro.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just like the schedule of it all, just the constant. Well, I mean, it's the same thing as college or whatever. I don't know. I just would prefer to either be on high school level and, maybe college. Maybe.
All right, Coach Chandi Jones, as we wrap it up here in our first interview, because at some point in the future, I hope we talk to you again about our alma mater and their women's basketball program. So that is another interview for another time.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, just let me know when's your next game for Bay City.
Next game will be, we have a open on Tuesday, so next Friday will be our next game.
How many games in district play?
Well, it's it's 7 teams in our district or whatnot. So right now, it's Friday when we play Lamar, that'll be the end of the first how do you put it? I'm just gonna say first round of like everybody playing each other, and then the following week after that, we'll start up the second round of playing each other again for the second time.
Okay, I'm curious. What's the attendance been like for your home games?
My attendance has picked up, of course, tremendously. I mean, of course, when you're winning, that helps a lot.
Yeah.
We've had a pretty nice, crowd each game that we've been playing this year. It seems like each game that we're playing, it seems like it's more and more people coming because of the type of season that we're having. And we've definitely been having quite a few people come on the road as well, which has been awesome. And I definitely, not just myself, but I know the girls appreciate having the fans in the stands to support them and to cheer them on.
Sure. Is it close to as the attendance was like when you were playing in Bay City?
It's getting there.
Yet? It's getting there. Okay.
No, it's not at that level, but I feel like that. Of course, it will be.
Are you getting calls from college coaches about your players yet?
No, I'm not. I'm not getting calls. And I definitely, another reason as far as me coming home is the fact that I definitely wanted to, for one, be an inspiration to the kids in general, and do whatever I can, if to try to get the kids out of Bay City and to get them scholarships if possible to go on and not only play, but most importantly, get their degree.
So one more time, give me the names of the players you think have Division I potential.
Alaysia Cook, Kylee Perry, Madison Thrift, Alizia Gonzales, and I also have I have another player that she's about 6'2". She's a sophomore and she has a great upside to her. And I think that if she continues to work on her game, things of that nature, that by the time she becomes a senior, that she will be ready to possibly compete at Division I level. And her name is Malorie Richardson-Clay.
Okay, so you may have potentially 5 Division I prospects.
Maybe, give or take.
Okay. Out of those 5, I don't want to get into all that about high major, mid major. We'll say that for another discussion. But possibly 5 Division I players. That's pretty good, Coach Jones.
Yes, it is. Like I said, that I feel strongly about that, but at the same time, I know that of course the girls have to sell themselves as far as their play
Hmm.
on the court, um, and things of that nature. So,
Do you have? Can you still shoot?
oh, absolutely, that's not going to ever stop. I beat
Do
the
your
girls all the time
That's
or
what I was
try
going
to
to ask you.
challenge
Do,
me in
do your
shooting.
players challenge you on that? Okay.
Oh yes, I do. And I tell them I can sleep, I can shoot in my sleep.
As, okay. Any of these players come close to you in terms of shooting?
I'm gonna always say no, no.
Chandi, but you're trying to promote your players.
I
Can
know
any
that.
can any of them shoot close to you?
Can any other shoe close to me? Uh,
Potentially down the line, like Alaysia Cook
oh
before she
yeah,
graduates. Okay.
oh yeah. No, I just I like giving them. I give my girls a hard time, but
Sure.
I think Alaysia Cook, Kylee Perry, also yeah.
Okay. I might have to come see y'all
Alizia
play.
Gonzales, Alizia Gonzales, she has a great upside. She's doing an awesome job from coming off of surgery. She had ACL surgery last year, so she missed a whole year
Hmm.
playing for us, and she has really come around um, came around big time as far as getting her legs back up under her thing and getting back into the flow of things. And she's been really shooting the ball very well for us.
All right. Let's wrap it up. What district is this? Bay City's in
26 4A.
26 4A and playoffs start when?
Playoffs will start. So let's see. Our last game will be. It would start like towards the beginning of February, because our last game is. I don't know the exact date because I don't have my schedule with me, but it's around February 2nd or so. So our last district game. So it's normally like a couple of days after that
Okay.
when playoffs start.
As we wrap it up with Coach Chandi Jones from Bay City High School, anything you want to add?
Just want to add, for one, I want to thank the rest of my staff for everything that they do as far as the support the girls. Thank the girls for playing hard for us for sure, um, and thank all the fans and the parents for their support. And we're looking forward to having more fans come out to support us in the rest of our games this year.
Thank you very much, Chandi Jones, the coach at
Hmm.
Bay City High School. Going to close it out, and we will talk in the future about our alma mater, the Houston Cougars women's basketball program. Trust us
Okay.
on that.
All righty.
All right. Thank you, Coach Jones. Thank you, CJ.
No problem. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. You take care.
Okay, you too.